This week on Wild Kingdom, we'll follow Becca, the animal doula, and her wild team to an up-close and personal look at what it takes to be an animal birthing companion.
An animal doula is essentially a labor companion for an animal. Now what that means is that oftentimes animals in zoos or in captivity have a hard time giving birth because they're not in their natural habitat. Animals naturally want to go somewhere where it's safe and where there aren't predators. But in the middle of a zoo encasement where there's a ton of people watching them and yelling at them and kids holding balloons and there's cotton candy, these are things that most people don't want at their births, including giraffes. You're doing a good job. You're doing a really good job. Just keep going. Just breathe, 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 breathe. Okay, do you want to change positions? Would that be more? What's common among dueling with animals is you really want to get a warm washcloth on their forehead. The crocodile was probably the most difficult, I would say, and the wild team would agree, because its forehead is also where it eats things. The wild team assembled one of those workout trampolines and put it under the mama elephant. Now, bobcats are just like domesticated cats, and I cannot emphasize enough how you need to treat them exactly as you would your friend's pet cat. Same thing. So she was giving birth, and she was giving birth to, turns out, 6 kittens. So, after a little convincing, we had these kittens safely into the world, and then we only told the zookeepers that there were 4, and the wild team and I took 2 home with us. I'm trying. Sometimes, to make animals feel comfortable, you just have to corner them. The first animal I tried to talk to was a turtle, and I think that's kind of the obvious starting point, because they don't have much to say. So then I moved to insects, because they're really small, but they're everywhere. So if you really tune in, you can talk to a whole bunch of them at once. Anyways, I guess what I'm trying to say is that animals are fun, and I really want to help them, and after talking to like tons of fireflies, I realized that they really need labor companions. Now, I went in thinking that I would be dueling a penguin birth, but turns out they laid eggs. So instead, all I did was sit around and talk to them. So we've got the birthing ball. We also have rice socks. These are socks that we fill with rice and then we heat up and put it on their shoulders. Some animals love it, birds don't. Found that out the hard way. We change positions a lot. So, you know, if the animal's not feeling super good in that position, we'll have it, you know, move to all 4s unless it's a 2-legged animal. Then we move it to all 2s. Camouflage, I utilize it sometimes, especially if we're doing underwater births. I have kind of a mermaid-esque outfit that I put on. That really works pretty well because A, I kind of blend in a little better, and B, they're used to mermaids being around if they're water animals. Hey Aunt, have you ever been in love? What does it feel like? I know there are a ton of animal doulas out there, so why should y'all choose me above all the others, you know? 10 words or less, okay. I don't have a drug problem. I prefer the company of animals because humans don't talk to me.
Why do I think Becca should be the next wild guide? Well, I mean, she's crazy about animals.
But she might be actually crazy. Like actually really, really crazy. And maybe this'll help.
She has a connection with animals that's deep. Like deeper than most normal people. It's a connection that I would say borders on spiritual.
She's a baby whisperer. Plain and simple.
I think this is a great stepping stone in the direction of being the very first women president. I have never in my life taken myself seriously. That's pretty a long-breathed answer. But the wild team assembled one of those workout trampolines and put it under the mama elephant. So whenever the baby came out, it didn't have... Y'all are killing me.
1, 2.
It's really amazing what you can learn when you just sit and listen, you know?
He's offering an empty bottle of soda.
I'm coming at you. I want to go home.
Oh.